What's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about some news. According to Chase Hughes of NBC Sports, executives around the league believe that two players most likely the Wizards will trade by the NBA trade deadline are Montrezl Harrell and Bertans. So before we continue today's video, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys believe Montrezl Harrell and Bertans will be traded? So I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's get right into it because I think Montrezl Harrell is definitely a guy who it's somebody, look, he's definitely been the team's most productive center offensively in his first season, but he actually may be finding himself as the odd man out in the big man rotation, especially with Thomas Bryant coming back, because Thomas Bryant offers floor spacing and rim protection and better rebounding than Montrezl Harrell. When Montrezl Harrell is really just a glorified six man at the center position. And any team looking for an infusion of a pick and roll big scoring off the bench, they could use Montrezl Harrell, who has an expiring $9.7 million deal this upcoming season. So he could be a nice upgrade. And I saw on Twitter this, I'll definitely post this one as well, but the Toronto Raptors are looking to get rid of Goran Dragic. So I saw a deal where it was Goran Dragic and Chris Boucher for Bertans and Montrezl Harrell. So when I look at that, I'm like, okay, there is a problem because I think the Wizards would have to put a pick, and we don't have a pick till 2028. So it does make it very difficult. We would have to touch second round picks. And I think this is a deal very likely because, look, anybody who needs 3-point shooting, it would be the Raptors. I know they don't want to pay this much money, but I feel like Nick Nurse out of anybody could get the most value of Bertans. And Montrezl Harrell, I mean, Chris Boucher for Montrezl Harrell, they lose the defense that Chris Boucher offers, but they get a lot more offense than Chris Boucher offered. And Goran Dragic gives the Wizards another point guard, because the Spencer Dinwiddie deal has kind of gone down wrong. So I do want to say this is a deal that I would not be surprised. I don't think it's really that bad. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that one. But when we look at this, I think Bertans, if he's going to be attached to Montrezl Harrell, that's $24 million. And I think that's definitely hard to get. But if you look like Robert Covington and Jusuf Nurkic, that could be a deal, but then you look like, Rui Hachimura and Denny Abdia. I don't think they want to, there's too much wing depth already. So you're looking at a guard and maybe an expiring center. And when I look at guards, yes, there's Jalen Brunson, but Montrezl Harrell and Bertans won't move that needle. Same thing for Eric Gordon. That's not going to move the needle, okay? You could look at a team like PJ Washington, but that might be too much money for the Hornets to willingly be taking on, if they trade PJ Washington and maybe Mason Plumlee for Montrezl Harrell. And I think that deal would work, but it's interesting because you got to look around the league because there are also teams, maybe I doubt the Cavs would do that because the Cavs are looking for a guard too. The guard market's very interesting because there's not a lot of options, and I think Goran Dragic might be one of the best options for this team. You could also maybe look into a team like the Magic, where you could maybe send Bertans and Montrezl Harrell for Goran Dragic. I'm not Goran Dragic, for Gary Harris, and maybe you can pry Terrence Ross. But I think you probably want to go for maybe bring back Robin Lopez and Gary Harris for Montrezl Harrell and Bertans. I feel like that could be a deal that could work out really well for them. And I mean, there's also where you could take an injured guy like Joe Ingles, Ricky Rubio, where you take on an injured player will open up a roster spot. So I think that's definitely something that could be interesting. There's also Marvin Bagley, or Thad Young if you wanted to go like that. But I really think they're trying to go for a guard in this situation. And I don't think would they want to do maybe Goga Bitsia and Justin Holiday for Montrezl Harrell and Bertans, or I don't know. I think just for Montrezl Harrell, they could maybe get that and attach a couple second round picks. I feel like that might be feasible, but I definitely think it's an interesting situation where the team is at currently because what do we do, And obviously, I think that one of the best things they can do is try to package them both, but maybe they just send them separately into two different deals. But I really think they should try to move both, or at least try to move Montrez, who try to get rid of him. He's not that great. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, and what would you do if you were the Washington Wizards? So that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. NBA is about to start up very soon, so definitely want to get on that. But again, guys, I want to hear your thoughts, and if you guys were the Wizards, what would you do? Because again, I would trade Montrezl in a heartbeat this season, because I think that's when he should be traded. Like now, his deal's expiring. Try to move it to a team that potentially could want him. So that's where I'm going to leave this. I don't think I have any else to say. Like and subscribe. Let me hear those thoughts. As always, I'll be peacing out, A-Town style, out with the guys. I don't even know what we're saying right here, guys, but I hope you guys do have a great day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys. Peace. Oh.